You've seen us catch online predators.
Oh, please, God, please, sir.
Men scouring the internet for sex with young teens.
I swear on my daughter that I was just planning on coming over here to talk.
This time, our hidden cameras are in Florida.
He's in the laundry room naked. He's walking into the living room,
where we encounter the strangest parade of suspects we've ever seen.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
I know.
You know.
With footage you'll have to see to believe.
You want to explain yourself?
This is Predator Raw. This was the fifth investigation we had done, but the first one in the South. We were in the city of Fort Myers, in a beautiful neighborhood, big house, so it would seem kind of an unlikely place for this sort of activity on one level, but when talking to the chief of police there, he had realized from hearing from parents and teachers that there was an issue in his town. We hire Perverted Justice as consultants for their expertise being decoys in the chat rooms. You know, they really know what they're doing, and they have this down to a system.
Tell you got me?
I'm always blown away by the hidden cameras. I mean, this stuff is really James Bond type technology. In Florida, we have a lot of cameras, something like 13. We even had one in a palm tree that could turn 360 degrees and could zoom into the license plate on a car at the other end of the street.
He's coming around back. He is on the steps, opening the door. Oh, he's just going to come right on. Watch it, Emily. He's in. Heading towards the kitchen. He's in the kitchen. Call out.
Hey, I'm in here.
Keep going. He's coming fast. Call again. Call again.
Hey, I'm about to put on my bra and panties. Come on in.
Oh, Lord.
Hold on. He's coming around the desk, heading towards Chris.
This was the second time that we'd worked with Emily as our on-site decoy. You know, naturally, in the previous investigation, which was her first, she was a little nervous. With that under her belt in Ohio, she was much more confident in Florida.
How you doing?
All right, how are
Could you have a seat over in that chair, please? There, please sit down. Put your hands up top so I can see them. What are you doing here?
Just coming to meet somebody.
Who are you coming to meet?
Just a girl.
A girl named...
I'm not even sure what her name is.
How old is this? I'm not even sure what her name is.
15 or 16.
15. And how old are you?
30.
Kenneth Fortin had driven about 2 hours to meet a teenage girl. He was a construction worker, and he talked about things like tying the girl up, other very explicit sexual acts.
It's okay for a 30-year-old man to come to a home where a 15-year-old girl is alone. Why?
I guess it's really rather not.
You'd really, I'm sorry?
I guess it's really rather not.
You'd rather not what?
No, it's not okay.
And what were you going to do once you met?
Just talk.
Just talk. Well, there's a lot of talk going on here. You get very specific about some of the sexual things you want to do to her. You ask if she's tried anal yet. She says, no, that would hurt. You say, use lubrication.
Dang.
It's mighty considerate of you.
Perfect.
What were you thinking about here? I mean, help me out. Help me to understand what's going on here. If you don't talk to me, I can't understand.
Sir, I'm just trying to meet people. I moved down here not too long ago. I'm just trying to meet people.
Can I tie you up? Did you bring rope with you tonight?
I have rope in my car.
You have rope in your car?
Yes, for my job.
For your job?
Yes, I also have a bunch of tools back there.
I asked him about some of the things he said online. Then he starts to open up. And then we find out that, in fact, he did bring rope. He did bring duct tape. He brought all those things he talked about using in sexual acts online with this teenage girl.
You talk about using the rope in various sex acts with this 15-year-old girl. What would have happened if a 15-year-old girl was here and I wasn't?
Same thing that's happening now, just talking.
Just talking.
Just talking.
Do you see why that's very difficult for me to believe, based on this chat?
Yes, I do. That's the God's honest truth, though.
But why should I believe that?
Because I have a 6-year-old daughter that I'm trying to see.
You have a 6-year-old daughter.
Yes.
How would you feel if a stranger came into your home?
I'd hate it. I'd hate it.
You could get upset with some of these guys because of what they had up their sleeve, but I'm not there to do that. I'm there to figure out what these guys were going to do and what was going on in their mind. And I think by understanding what goes on in the mind of a potential predator, you can better understand how to protect kids when they go online.
Sounds like you're encouraging her to do something she's not planning on doing. Read that, where those marks are right there, out loud.
Can I see you naked?
I'm sorry?
Can I see you naked?
Jeez.
Go on.
On Friday? Yeah. What do I get out of it? Pleasure-filled night.
Wow.
Now, those are your words, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so why should I believe that you didn't come here to have sex with this girl?
Because that's not my intention. I swear on my daughter that I was just planning on coming over here to talk.
Did you bring marijuana?
No.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Did you bring condoms with you?
No.
No. Not in your car?
No.
Do you watch television?
Rarely.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet kids on the internet. If there's anything else you want to say, we'd like to hear it. If not, you're obviously free to walk out the door you came in.
Get down! On the ground! Get on the ground! Get down now!
Police, when they searched his truck, found duct tape, rope, condoms. Could those things have been in his truck because of his job? Possible. But when you consider in his chat that he talks about using them, with this teenage girl, you have to wonder what was going to happen if we weren't there and a teenage girl was. When I asked Fortin about what he brought, he denied having, condoms or drugs. Well, as it turned out, he in fact did have drugs and condoms.
I think you had any narcotics on you, sir.
I'm sorry?
I think you had any narcotics on you.
I thought they took that stuff out.
In Florida, we were able to, videotape each element in the process, from when the guy showed up at our house to the arrest. We had cameras at the processing center, then we had cameras in the courtroom.
Kenneth Fortin, you're charged with attempted lewd and lascivious battery on a victim 12 years of age up to 15 years of age and obscene communication by use of a computer service to seduce or solicit a child. Does he qualify for the code offender?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's probable cause on all charges. There's a $40,000 bond.
I was just going over to hang out, and I felt like I'd be more of a big brother more than anything.
Big brother. So you're coming over to be a mentor.
Turn in the driveway, Dell. Turn in the driveway. Lights are still on. He's sitting in his car in the driveway, Dell. He's sitting in his car in the driveway. Dell, he's in front in a convertible. He's coming for a boy. Dell's doing it. Hib is on the phone with him right now. Dell's going to talk to me once he gets to the house.
In Fort Myers, we had some guys in their 20s, we had 30s, 40s, 50s, we had guys in their 60s. So Ryan McIntosh fell into that mid-20s category, someone who admitted online that they were looking for a liaison, talking to a teenage boy who had just come out as being gay, offered to help him through that process.
There he is. All right.
We'll watch TV or something. I'll be right back out, all right?
All right.
All right, cool.
In Fort Myers, Dell would play the role of the male decoy. Dell is a contributor with Perverted Justice. She is one of the most senior people there. She has a number of roles. She helps coordinate the investigation with FRAG. She also acts as a decoy, both on the phone and, if needed, in person.
Why don't you make yourself at home here? Have a seat. What's going on?
Not much, how are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Good.
What you doing here?
Come and hang out
Hang out with who?
with Rob.
And how old is he?
14.
14. And how old are you?
23.
23.
Why do you think it's appropriate for you as a 23-year-old to come here to hang out with a 14-year-old?
I was just coming to hang out.
Coming to hang out. Now, you had a pretty lengthy conversation with him.
Several times I did.
Yeah, several times. When I was growing up, my parents used to say, don't talk to strangers, don't take rides from strangers. That's still good advice. But it's not enough today, because as we see with Ryan McIntosh, the potential predator uses this grooming as a way to gain the child's confidence. And after a period of weeks talking to this potential predator, the child no longer sees them as a stranger. You know it's against the law to solicit somebody who's underage for sex on the internet.
Sure.
Which was pretty much what was going on here.
Not tonight. I didn't have that conversation tonight.
You didn't have that conversation?
No.
With this boy who said he was 14?
I said I didn't have it tonight. That's what I said.
You didn't have it tonight?
I did have it maybe a couple nights ago. We talked about it, sure.
Ryan McIntosh, in the very last conversation, before he shows up at the house, he sort of retreats. He's more cautious. He's more about, well, let's see how it goes. We can hang out. He leaves it open. And I think when we see this, we see someone who might be suspicious about walking into an investigation. You talk about penis size, whether he's got pubic hair. Mm-hmm. You say you're horny. You say you're masturbating while you're talking to him.
Jeez.
You talk about hooking up, and you say, if you don't tell anybody, you sucked my
Dang.
I said that?
And then you say, I don't want to go to jail. Do you recall that conversation?
I'm sure I did say that.
The reality is, once that solicitation is made, even if it's earlier, you know, crime has been committed.
I was just going over to hang out, and I felt like I'd be more big brother more than anything.
Big brother?
Yeah.
So you're coming over to be a mentor?
In a way, yes.
In a way.
And I'm sure you've heard that 20 billion times.
20 billion and one, counting tonight.
Perfect. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I was not. I'm sure you hear this from everybody, but no, it was. I had no intention of having sex with him tonight. I'd like to educate other people and let them know what it's really like and what it's not like, and that they don't have to because they're the only child and they haven't had a big brother or a big sister or whatever the case may be.
But here's the thing, and most people would say that there's nothing wrong with helping somebody come to terms with who they are, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, the issue here is not gay or straight.
Right.
The issue here is adult-child. So why didn't the chat on the internet reflect what you're telling me now?
Well, I didn't necessarily have that conversation tonight. I was going to just come out and hang out and see what he's like.
McIntosh was pretty nonchalant about the whole thing. And I don't know whether that's because he thought he had covered himself in the latest chat. Maybe he just came to terms with the realization that he knew what was going to happen next. Well, I got to tell you, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
I know.
And you know. Mm-hmm. Have you seen the previous stories? You have. And what was your impression of the earlier stories?
Nothing. They were very good coverage.
Good coverage? They
were good coverage.
It's probably the second or third time that it happened. And, it kind of blew me away. I mean, here's a guy who's caught in the investigation, who's complimenting us on the investigations. So it's almost like, in his mind, he's saying, those other guys are bad guys, they deserved it. But me, it's unfortunate that I surfaced in this, but I really wasn't going to do anybody any harm. Obviously, you're free to walk out the door you came in.
Okay. I'm going to walk out and they're going to complicate out there.
That's not up to me.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
When he left, he knew what was going to happen. He walked out the back door and just kind of waited for the police to get there.
Get down! Get down! On the ground.
Didn't resist in any way, and they arrested him and took him away to process it.
Ryan McIntosh, you're charged with attempted lewd and lascivious battery on a victim 12 years of age up to 15 years of age, and obscene communication by use of a computer to solicit a child. There's a $40,000 bond.
Now, what do you think she would say if she knew that you were coming here to have sex with a 14-year-old girl?
She would kill me.
The guys in the driveway, for those of you that aren't down there, don't see this.
Most of the time, you see him drive by, slow down, look at the address, continue on. Sometimes they'll pass the house 2 or 3 times, park down the street, check it out, look for any suspicious activity. And finally, you see these guys, either pull up in front of the house or walk from where they parked their car. It gives you a sense as to the kind of person you're going to be talking to in just a few minutes.
Hey, come on in.
Call him again. Call him again.
Hey, come in here. I just made some cookies, but I got chocolate on my shirt, so I have to change real quick.
All right, you closed the first door. He's real nervous.
There's part of them that knows this is a bad thing to do. Many of them have driven hours to get there and have had second thoughts along the way. And so it's this mixture of emotions and this adrenaline rush.
Where are you?
Oh, I'm just changing my shirt real quick because I got chocolate on it. Just take a seat. I'll be right there.
Wow.
I made you some cookies. Did you bring me my drinks?
Can you come out?
Yeah, I'll be right there. I just gotta change. Take a seat.
Hold on.
Would you do me a favor and come on in? Will you bring your stuff in?
Yeah.
Bring that and grab your bag and come on in here, please. Come on in. Would you have a seat in the chair there, please?
How are you, sir?
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you. What have we got here?
A rose.
A rose?
Yeah.
And who's the rose for?
Well, I thought it was Lanny.
For Lanny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rudy, based upon his chat, was being very romantic. And in some ways, if it hadn't been an underage girl, you would have considered it kind of a sweet courtship. Problem is, that sweet chat turned sexually explicit, and it occurred with somebody who said they were underage. And in Florida, that's against the law.
So you brought a rose,
Yes, sir.
alcohol, and some cotton. What does that add up to?
I don't know, sir.
I'm sorry?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know.
Sir, I thought something else.
You thought what?
That I was gonna have fun and something like that.
Have fun? And what kind of fun?
Like, party and, drink.
Party, drink,
Yes, sir.
sex?
Yes, sir.
Jeez.
Rudy is one of those guys who finally just says, look, I'm not going to try and jerk you around anymore. This is what I was doing. I know it was wrong. I justified it by saying this to myself. But yeah, so what's going to happen next? It's almost like, okay, I've admitted this. Let's get the rest of this over as quickly as possible.
I knew if something would happen like this, I would get in trouble because I'm married.
You're married?
Yes, sir. I have no friends because my wife is like, oh, no, you cannot do nothing and this and that. She doesn't let me have friends, right? So I'm just, and it's been like 3 years with her already. And
So she's pretty tough on you?
Yeah.
So she doesn't let you go out and have any fun with your buddies or anything like that?
Nothing like that.
So the marriage is not rock
it's,
solid?
Yeah,
exactly.
The thing is that I'm still trying because I really love her.
Rudy was being honest. He was having a tough go in his marriage, and that's why he said that he was pursuing this sexual liaison.
Now, what do you think she would say if she knew that you were coming here to have sex with a 14-year-old girl?
She will kill me. I don't want to think about it. She will kill me. Yes, sir. I will get a divorce. Oh my God. Her mom, her aunt, her dad. You know how many? Her dad has 10 brothers.
10 brothers.
They will kill me.
Perfect. What do you think should happen to you for coming here tonight?
That, sir, I guess. That. Go to jail, I guess.
Go to jail?
Yes, sir.
You think you deserve that?
Yes, sir. I'm really scared.
Rudy raised the specter of this being Dateline NBC in his conversation. He later said that he had actually seen at least one of our investigations. But I don't think he got it, the moment he walked into the house.
You say this might be a trap. I've seen that on TV.
Yeah.
What did you see on TV exactly?
Well, in the news actually, because the people get like arrested because of chatting like with underage girls.
Right. So you saw it on Dateline NBC?
Yeah, news, just news.
Yeah.
I didn't. Oh my God, I didn't think it was gonna happen.
I think he started to catch on towards the end of the conversation, but I don't think he truly realized who I was until I said,
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. We're doing a story on adults who try to meet underage kids on the internet. And everything you've said and done here tonight has been recorded. Now, if there's anything else you'd like to tell us, we'd like to hear it.
That young people like me shouldn't be doing this stuff. What you see in the news is real and it's happening to me, and I'm a real good I'm a good guy, and I just made a mistake.
I think that in this case, he truly was sorry. Now, whether he was sorry for what he did or sorry because he got caught and had to face the wrath of his in-laws, I don't know. But I think in his mind, when he made that apology, he was going to walk out of there. Well, that's not what was going to happen.
On the ground, on the ground, on the ground, on the ground.
In Florida, police department's opinion, the laws surrounding carrying concealed weapons are fairly loose by national standards.
Do any weapons on you?
No, sir.
Anything sharp in your pockets?
Sir.
Anything we need to know about?
No, sir.
They were concerned that one of these guys could have been carrying a weapon, and so they wanted to take them down quickly. So they acted quickly and aggressively to make the arrests.
Marvin, you're naked. You want the girl to have sex with a cat and use whipped cream? What? Explain that.
I was just being stupid that I wasn't in a position.
Hold on, stay still. He's calling right now.
Hello?
We're on the phone with him.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like a green thing over the back door.
He's coming around.
Okay, yeah, just come inside.
the back
Right
door.
inside the door is the laundry room. I'm gonna find my cat quick, okay? Just
Right.
strip in there and
Back
I'll be
up
out
a
with
little,
the
Emily.
cat.
We're on the phone with him. You don't
All
need
right.
to talk. Just back up.
Like, whatever you want. I guess totally naked, because that was the deal, right?
This guy's chat was really, really graphic. And the decoy was a little bit playful. And he made this request involving a cat and Cool Whip and a sex act with the girl. And she sort of said, well, I'll consider that if you'll walk into the house naked.
All right, he's walking into the living room. Emily, call out.
Hey, just take a seat at the table. I'll be right there. I'm getting ready with my cat.
Where
Wow.
are you?
Wait, just take a seat. Have a cookie. I made them because they'll go with the Cool Whip. It was kind of a little surprise.
The decoy says, come on in, I'm just going to do something real quick and I'll come out. And she comes into the room where I'm at. Well, before I can get past her and open the door, he has hot-footed it across the living room and has his hand on the door. So I open the door, he's there, he's stunned, I'm stunned.
You want to explain yourself? Grab that towel right there, please. Wrap it around yourself, and please sit in that stool. What are you doing?
Making a mistake.
Making a mistake. You drive into somebody's driveway, walk into their house, strip naked, and walk in where you think there's a 14-year-old girl home alone. What is going on in your mind?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Stupid mistakes.
Stupid mistakes. Now, what do you think would have happened, Marvin, had I not been here and had there actually been a 14-year-old girl in that next room? What would have happened after you walked in there naked?
I guess something probably would have happened.
Something like what?
Something along sexual lines.
Like you would have had sex with a 14-year-old girl?
I'm not sure if I would have done that, but...
Marvin, you're naked.
Dang.
I wouldn't have gone all the way. I wasn't going...
You went all the way when you took your clothes off, just about.
He's one of those guys who he's very short with his answers. You know, he's not quite sure where this is all going. And finally, you know, I say to him, what was your plan with the cat?
I don't know. I was just being stupid with that.
The cat? The whipped cream? You want the girl to have sex with a cat and use whipped cream? What? Explain that.
I was just being stupid. That I wasn't really serious about that.
I can only imagine what would have been going on in this house had I not been here. Am I wrong to think that?
No, you're not.
So what's going to be happening if I'm not here? You're naked, there's a 14-year-old girl, you're chasing a cat around, you've got Cool Whip, and you want this girl to do some sex act with the cat and then you'll have sex with her. Is that accurate?
Jeez.
Would it be okay if I asked for some water, please?
Some water?
Yes, please.
These are serious investigations, but undeniably, there are moments that, border on the humorous. The guy asked for water, and, I thought at that point the situation was under control, so I got him some water. Saw that running around naked got you pretty dried out then, huh?
Perfect.
Have you ever met any young girls online? First time?
Yeah, this is the first time, which will never happen again. I can tell you that for now.
He started to giggle, partly because he thought it was funny, and partly because he was just really, really nervous, having just been caught and now being confronted. So it's funny.
No, I'm just thinking it to myself that this will never happen again. This is something, no. This is not right.
So you're promising me right now that you'll never...
I'm promising myself that I'm not...
Hook up with a 14-year-old girl online, tell her to have sex with a cat, and walk into her house naked.
Not even under 19. I'm promising that to myself, not even to you, this is not good.
Well, there's something else you need to know. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet teens online.
Yes, sir.
Now, if there's anything else you'd like to say about this predicament you're now in, we'd love to hear it.
Just trust me, it'll never happen again.
And if there's nothing else you have to say, then you're free to walk out that door where you stripped naked and walked in. You can keep the towel. He gets up and he sort of tries to hold it around him. I mean, that's a bad situation to be in. I mean, first of all, you got caught soliciting a teen online. Second of all, you walk in naked. Third of all, you're going to be on network television. And now you're heading outside and you got to put your clothes back on real quick and get out there, and you're not sure what you're going to face. And then you get arrested. That's a bad one.
Police on the ground!
Are you over here on business or what?
No, I'm just being stupid.
Just being stupid.
Yeah.
Do you have asthma?
Asthma and emphysema. I had a quintuple heart bypass.
You still smoke?
Yeah, go ahead and go wave.
Come on, bro, I got finished getting changed.
Stay back far enough. If you get within a foot, they might actually tell you're not a boy.
The more we've done these investigations, the fewer times we've seen guys turn tail and run. Part of it is they want their chance to try to spin their story.
Oh, he's a lot older than 40. That's like 60. Bottom step in the laundry room. Closing the laundry room door.
I'll be right, bro. I just got finished getting changed, alright?
Huh?
I got finished getting changed. Come in and chill at the counter. I made some chocolate chip cookies.
Campbell thought he was talking to a 14-year-old boy who said he was gay. Campbell said that he was much younger than his 61 years. Bragged about his ability to perform certain sex acts.
Where are you?
I'm right here. I got
Here we
finished
go,
getting
come
changed.
in the
I'll be
living
right
room.
there. Just hang out at the table for a second, okay?
Terribly nervous. Kitchen, call him back, Dale. Tell him to sit down. He's checking things.
Where you at?
Just standing here.
Oh, I'm over here. Are you looking up the stairs? My bedroom's downstairs, man.
No. Where you at?
I'm right here. I just got finished getting changed. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to confuse you.
Moving pretty quick there. Why don't you have a seat right over there?
Okay.
At the stool. Where were you headed there?
Huh?
Where were you headed just then?
Just talk with him.
Just talk with who?
Tony?
Tony. And how old is Tony?
About 14.
14. And how old are you?
I'm 49.
49.
Uh-huh. What's the problem here?
You don't see a problem here.
No, because we were just going to be talking today.
You're just going to be talking
Yeah.
today. All right, why don't we start with your name? John?
Tom.
What is it?
Tom
Tom. And what's your last name, Tom?
Campbell.
Campbell. And how old are you?
I'm 61.
You're 61. So you're not in your 40s like you
No.
said. All right, I just want you to calm down. You want some water or something? Or?
No, just a second.
He starts to get short of breath. And I ask him, you okay? What do you need? And he needed his inhaler. And so he actually uses the inhaler. And I said, do you want some water? Do you need anything? I mean, it's a serious investigation, but at the same time, if the guy is sick or has a problem, we're going to make sure he gets his help. Do you have asthma?
Asthma and emphysema. I had a quintuple heart bypass.
Heart bypass. You still smoke?
Some. It's hard to get rid of.
Yeah. Jeez. Things calm down and he ends up being okay. But it's one of those examples of the unpredictable things that can happen during one of these investigations.
I have a lot of friends, and they are very uncomfortable about when they talk about being gay, or they're not sure they're gay, and that was mainly the situation. I was in that same boat. I was married, I have kids, and they're grown now. And all I was going to do was arrange to meet him, talk with him, because he said he had some problems.
And how were you going to coach him?
Mainly, if nothing else, to help him see that it's not really the shameful situation that it was when I was younger.
So you were here to mentor this boy?
If I could, yeah. If I could, I don't mind helping.
And did that mentoring process include having sex with him?
Oh, no.
But that's not how the conversation went on the internet, is it?
I don't know.
So many times people use the word pedophile, and the word pedophile has a distinct definition that involves younger kids, pre-puberty. That's typically not what we're dealing with in these investigations. And these guys are predators or potential predators, depending on what they've done in the past. And what we mean by predator is that this is an adult who knowingly goes into a chat room, cajoles, grooms, befriends somebody who is unmistakably underage into a sexual liaison. You say, I love to suck a young man.
Oh, dang.
Do you recall that?
I believe so. This was...
You believe so? Well, I have the whole transcript here.
A few days ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and from what most say, it's the best they've had.
Wow.
The real compliment is when they keep coming back for more. You'd absolutely love it. I'm in my 40s, but guarantee that I'm not some old guy wanting to perv a young boy. I just enjoy being with younger ones, and they seem to enjoy me, so there's nothing to worry about as far as I'm concerned, as long as you're okay with it. Well, the reality is that you are older.
Uh-huh.
And what's going on here seems pretty pervy, doesn't it?
It does.
A lot of these guys lie about their age. And when I confront them with that, that's typically when they start admitting the other things that they intended on doing. So you were just being open and honest about who you were, what you were.
I think so.
How come you said your name was John and that you were in your 40s when you're really Tom and 61 years old?
Many people, when you're on the internet, won't talk to anybody if they're in their 50s.
Yeah, but that runs against what you told me just a few moments ago. If you're going to be so honest and so mentoring, why not say, hey, look, I'm a guy, I'm 61, I had a real tough time dealing with being gay years ago, and let me help you to develop, to be a good guy. You didn't say that.
No, and you're...
What you said was, I'm in my 40s, I have a different name, and I want to meet you.
And you're probably right, but also...
I'm not probably right, I am right.
I'm still extremely nervous, and the only reason I'm extremely nervous is I have no idea who you are.
You don't have any idea who I am?
No.
Would you like to know who I am?
Yes.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who meet teens on the internet. And if there's anything else you'd like to say to me about why you're here today, I'd like to hear it. If not, clearly you're free to walk out that door.
Now, what do we have here?
You can just walk out the same door you came in.
Okay.
Straight back. I tell Campbell who I am and what we're doing. He leaves, and like the others, is immediately arrested and taken into custody and processed by the Fort Myers police.
So we're just going to remove these handcuffs and put a different set on you, okay?
Do you want to go to the hospital? Do you want to get checked out by a physician?
No, I'm fine.
You thought it was okay for a 31-year-old man to come to a home where a 13-year-old girl was alone because...
stupidity.
Car in the driveway. Chevy something. We have no idea, but we think this guy is way early.
In every investigation, invariably, there's a guy who gives us a different vehicle, and that causes some confusion. We have to figure out, who is this guy?
We're not sure. We're trying to, one of our servers is down right now. We're doing the best we're trying to figure it out.
When Calvin Lee Greer shows up, we're confused because he mentioned a different vehicle that he'd be driving from the one he actually showed up in. So this triggered this scramble behind the scenes as to, okay, if it's a different car, it must be a different person. And so I'm going through all the transcripts and I'm saying, okay, who's got this other vehicle? And I can't find anybody.
This is him. It's Lee Greer.
It's Lee Greer, 74, our 1 o'clock, we believe. He's on the back door, his porch, opening the door.
Can you tell Emily he's supposed to be bringing lunch and booze?
He's supposed to be bringing lunch and booze,
Hey,
Emily.
come on in. Did you bring the food?
Yeah.
Okay, great. What did you bring?
The double cheeseburgers with no pickles.
Awesome. I made chocolate chip cookies too, but I actually just got some on my shirt, so I'm just going to change my shirt real quick.
All right, I got some fries, but the fries might be cold. It took me a little while to find this place.
That's alright, fries are always good.
And they didn't give me my sodas I ordered, so.
You can just take a seat, I'll be right there.
Okay.
So no cookies for you? What's going on?
Not much. Who are you?
Who are you?
Lee.
Some of these guys want to know right away who I am. My typical response is, I'll get to that in a minute, but first I want to ask you some questions. Because if I say right away who I am, I oftentimes won't get the most honest response.
Lee, what are you doing here?
Come to visit a friend off the net, I thought.
A friend off the net?
Yes.
Yeah. And who's that friend?
Name is Sammy, I believe.
The name is what?
Sammy.
Samantha.
Samantha.
Right. How old is Samantha?
I thought she was 18 or older.
18 or older.
Right.
And what made you think that she was 18 or older?
Just by the way she talked and acted. And
a lot of these guys will do anything they can to try and wangle their way out of the predicament they're in, including saying, hey, look, I thought the girl was 18. And they don't know that I've already got the transcript where it says ASL, age, sex, location.
Truth is always the best, Jerry. So why don't you start over again and tell me how old did she say she was in the conversation?
13.
13, okay.
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
31.
And you thought it was okay for a 31-year-old man to come to a home where a 13-year-old girl was alone because why exactly?
I didn't.
Then why did you do it?
Stupidity.
Stupidity.
Honestly. I was... pure stupidity.
I think that there's a good chance that Greer is in that one group of these guys who probably wouldn't be involved in this sort of activity had it not been for the addictive nature of the internet, the access to chat rooms and porn. And I think guys develop this compulsive behavior over a period of time. And suddenly nothing will satisfy them but this face-to-face meeting.
You sent her that picture.
Yes, that was stupid.
Right?
Yes.
What does that say about your intent?
Stupidity, honestly.
Stupidity.
Right. And I told her they were dirty pictures and she wanted to see them, so I showed them.
Oh, geez.
So because a 13-year-old girl says it's okay for you to do it?
No, it's not, sir. No, sir.
Are you married?
Yes, sir.
Do you have children?
No, sir.
How's this going to go over at home?
Not good. I'd really, really, really like for it not to go home. Really, sir.
Did you bring condoms today?
There's some in the car.
Just happen to be some in the glove box?
No, I always have condoms anywhere I go. because of diseases.
Wow.
I always have them in my car with me.
Is that your personal car or
No,
rental
sir, that's a rental car.
He was in the communications business, and he was on assignment in Florida. You know, it sort of gave me the sense that, you know, he was just bored, cruising the internet, and decided to chat up this young girl.
You had planned on staying the night.
No, I was going to get a room tonight. That's what I told her on the net, that, you know, I'd consider staying the night or whatever, but I wasn't.
But there's talk about spending the night here.
Yes, I know that.
Did you pack a bag?
No, sir. I got one little deal. It's got my underwear, it's got my a new shirt, and I always wear my shorts twice because they're not dirty.
Dang.
And I got my PJs.
Sounds like you're all set. Got food, got condoms, got sleepwear, ready to spend the night.
I know what it sounds like.
Well, there's a few things that you need to know. One is that I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. We're doing a story on adults meeting teens on the internet. Everything that you've done since you pulled up here has been recorded on camera.
Oh, Lord.
If there's anything you'd like to tell us further, we'd like to hear it. If not, you're obviously free to walk out that door you came in.
He knew that he had gotten, you know, nabbed. He basically admitted it was wrong. And when he found out that he had, you know, been caught in a Dateline investigation, he was more worried about the exposure.
Lee, you're free to go. Can you take your...
Is my face going to be shown on TV?
We haven't made any final decisions as to who's going to be in the story and who's not.
Well, I just don't want my wife to find out.
I understand, but I'm just being honest with you. We haven't decided who's in and who's not.
I thank y'all, and sorry again.
Okay.
Time after time, guys have tried to say, come on, can we talk off camera? You know, turn the cameras off, I want to talk. My response is, look, we're doing an investigative story. We haven't decided exactly who's going to be in yet.
Get on the ground! Get on the goddamn ground! No, please, get on the ground! Please, sir! Get on the ground! Let me see your hand. Oh, Lord. Down for you. You're fine. Oh, Lord.
I think these are among the most compelling, spontaneous interviews I've ever done, because some of these guys have been engaging in this online activity for a long time, have known they've needed help, have not known where to go to get it, and as bad a spot as they're in, they know that they're going to have a shot at getting some help.